Today is your day to go out there and be a better person. Don't act and wait for someone else to be great. Don't wait for someone else to do. You do. You be great. You be your best self. And what will happen is what's given back to you will reciprocate for how you're showing up in the world. All right, let's go. If you're tired of not feeling fit, tired of just not having a focus, tired of just not having the financial resources that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi. This is the Live 100 podcast. And today I am going to dive in on self-sabotage. I want you to think back about all the moments that you have paused, all the moments in time where you had a chance, you had an opportunity, you had something that seemingly you could have accomplished or you could have done or was right in your path of progress, right? Was right, ready for the taking. But somehow, somewhere, little self-sabotage came and sat on your shoulder and gave you some reason, some out, something to do to sabotage that step that you were about to take. Could be that you slept in and missed a meeting. Could be that you just somehow didn't prepare. Could be that, you had some big sporting event. For some reason, you went out drinking the night before, or, you ended up finding a way to just leave late, or putting too many things in place in your way to take action, or just mentally just telling yourself you're not ready. So you'll push off until a later date. We took my oldest to a trap shoot where he goes out and shoots clays, right? And something very new to me because, I grew up in New Jersey and didn't have a trap shooting team, but down here in Tennessee, they have trap shooting. So we went up to trap shooting, right? And he had a moment where he was having a very poor day, but it came upon it that what was happening is that he was sabotaging himself because he was reacting that he was thinking the gun was going to kick and hit him. So he kept popping his head off before he was shooting. And of course, doing that, reacting to something that potentially could happen into the future, it was now causing him to miss shots. And then, when he had his break, they do 50 and then take a break and then another 50 shots, and it's a 100-shot day. Well, he came over and we talked about it, and someone pointed out, and lo and behold, he got out there and put his cheek on the butt of the gun. And what happened there is that he started hitting shots, right? Because he no longer was sabotaging himself because thinking that something was going to hurt, when in fact that it was hurting more because there was no compression to the gun on what he was doing in the first place. And that just made me think about, how many times I've sabotaged myself in my life, just not showing up. And then, after that, we left and it was pouring out. So there was driving back down to where we live. There was a place to stop, right? There was a place that we stopped to go eat. And I just saw all of these waiters, waitresses, all these people working there that just seemed miserable. Right? That just weren't really giving it their all. That just had bad attitudes and weren't showing up. And trust me, I get it. I've done jobs where I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was my all. But what happened and what I learned over time is that effort, right? The emphasis I put onto what I was doing at the time, it really made me who I was. So when you look at those people, they're sabotaging their ability to do something else. Because you don't just magically turn the switch on. You don't just absolutely suck and give it your worst and just, throw in the towel at something. And then lo and behold, you get this new job and you magically just say, okay, now I'm ready. I have this great work ethic. I know how to show up. I know how to be a good member of a team. No, you're cannibalizing your attempt to be able to go out there and do other things because you're showing up in a poor manner today. So if you're in a job right now and you're just not giving your all, I get it. So either quit right now and just cut the bleeding, or start giving it your all. Start giving it to it, right? Just start putting it all in there. Think about that with your relationships. If you're having a relationship right now that's just really not going well, instead of just continuing to pour fuel on the fire and just being part of the negative Nancy environment here where you are part of the negativity, what if you just stop? And what if you just bring all your energy back to the positive and see what that does? So many times we want something else to do for us, but we forget to stop sabotaging our own success by us just showing up in a positive light, us just showing up in a kind manner, us just showing up and giving the momentum to help drive forward the message of what we can do in life. Today is your day to go out there and be a better person. Don't act and wait for someone else to be great. Don't wait for someone else to do. You do. You be great. You be your best self. And what will happen is what's given back to you will reciprocate for how you're showing up in the world. The opportunities are there. And if you are going to constantly sabotage the ability for them to succeed, you cannot be upset with the results. You deserve to have greatness. You deserve to have a successful life. You deserve to get all that is willing and all that is available to you. But it's not going to happen if it's not a two-way street. You can't get all this greatness if you're not showing up being great each and every day. And you may ask, well, how do I show up and be great? Put your chest up high, your chin, hold your chin up, smile, breathe slowly, talk kindly, look people in the eyes, be attentive, show up on time, all the little things. And you think, well, that just doesn't matter too much. Well, in fact, it does. The little things matter. People realize when you're constantly late, right? You become the person who's constantly late. People realize if you're the person, I was talking to someone the other day and I mentioned someone, they're like, oh yeah, it's, he's probably drunk by now. It's like 3 p.m. because we were just talking this person's habit, right? This person is known to be a drinker, right? So you think about it, you think nobody's noticing, but people notice, people pay attention. They may not talk to your face. It would be great if they did, but they're not showing up. But they do notice how you act and behave. They notice your habits. They notice your rituals. I go to a 6 a.m. CrossFit class and there's certain people there that are showing up each and every day. I bet you they're doing pretty good in life. I bet you they're really kicking out and just making it happen because they show up committed week on and week off, right, to their early class. It takes effort and it takes emphasis. While other people are sleeping in, they're up, before the sun to get to a CrossFit class that's not easy to take. So are you sabotaging your ability to perform? I mean, it blows me away. I just for so many opportunities out there where people are in an opportunity and they don't realize the ability to just do their best. I mean, it really does carry through to what else you do in life. So if you are in a job, right, no matter how menial, how low you seem that the job is today, just go out there and just make it happen. Make it happen. So when you do get the chance to go to something that really inspires you, you know how to kick ass. You know how to go out there and be disciplined. You know how to go out there and have work ethic. We've forgotten what it takes to actually get the work done. We just want things to happen and repeat and just come to us in some magical way, right? You see social media where everybody wants something to just blow up and be magical. And now they're some famous person who just gets a lot of money. Even if that happens, you have to keep it. You have to sustain it. You have to do something else, right? You can get lucky, but luck may only serve you for the moment. How you show up, your work ethic, your discipline, your ability to perform each and every day, whether you want to or not, that's what carries you through to a long-lasting life to living 100. It's up to you today to stop sabotaging yourself, stop sabotaging results, and start making it happen. Go out there. Be your best self. Be your biggest self. Take massive action. And if this podcast inspired you today, go down there and leave us an honest rating and review. Share this with someone that needs to hear this message that's getting in their own way each and every day. And if you want to take a self-assessment, a free self-assessment, go over to jasonyarusi.com. You can take your Live 100 assessment and see how you're shaking out in the world, how you're showing up each and every day, how you're coming to the table, and whether there's parts of you that you can improve on each and every moment. And I know there is because we're constantly a work in progress, but we keep elevating and elevating and elevating and elevating to the next step and that next level. So as you're working on yourself, you're building yourself higher and higher and higher to become the greatest version of what you can and will be in this world. Let's go out there and take action today. Let's do this.